What's up? I'm Canada the Loop. I'm here with Milky. I think it started in like church. I used to be in like a church band with like my dad. I was like drumming, but after that I kind of got into like bandy music and like heavier music kind of thing. And then after that I kind of just like got onto the laptop and started fiddling around and got into the producer world. I think like the main themes from, well, the way that like even that name came about was just from like growing up in like the northern suburbs of Adelaide, and I kind of grew up in like a poorer area kind of thing, and like I don't know why, but for some reason Toyotas were just like such a main theme. Like, not that I noticed it at the time, but whenever I think back to like growing up in those sort of areas, I always think about like Toyota Corollas or like Toyota Camrys and stuff like that. Just like those early 2000s kind of cars, and like just like running amok and being stupid and young. And so a lot of the songs kind of revolve around those. A lot of the themes kind of revolve around that kind of general stuff, without like letting it be known what I was doing. I think as long as people have fun with it, that's the main thing. I'm actively most of the time trying to like do something different and like trying to excite me first of all. And I think that usually comes about by like using weird sounds, but then also just like, I think my background and influence is mainly like punk music or like heavier music, but then also like sad music. So I don't know if that works out, but like the funness I think comes across just from like lyrically. Like sometimes I'll just like the lyrics come out and I'm just like, I cannot say that in like a true singing voice, or I cannot say that in like a true melodic way kind of thing. So I need to kind of like either say it a bit more fun, and I think that's where the kind of rappier elements come in. Yeah, they definitely come like different forms. I think mainly they'll come from like a beat first. I think the beat thing is like a big thing in my brain. I just like love making beats. Maybe coming from a drummer, I don't know. But either way, yeah, usually they come from the beat and then me just like fucking around on guitar. And that's kind of the main elements in like almost all of my songs kind of thing. It's like a 2-chord progression, simple stuff. I would never know how I played it afterward because I'll play it once and then it's done. I think it's important because it's necessary, first of all. You can't get away with not doing visual stuff. So like with that, I think I just try to make it at least somewhat natural, because I feel like it's sometimes easy to come across as like kind of industry or like, yeah, I think especially with like the rise of like TikTok and like everyone having an opinion on everything kind of thing. You kind of need to like obviously be yourself, blah, 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 but just make it somewhat, I don't know, like different but cool at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. This song isn't necessarily like my favorite, but I do think it kind of encapsulates a lot of the elements that I would have in either past music or future music, and that's California. The song California, definitely, because I didn't realize it at the time, but people definitely started resonating with this line. And personally, I don't love it that much because it's kind of cringy to me, but the line is, do you want to smoke some marijuana in my spot in California? So that kind of stuck with people. So maybe that's the tagline of the EP. I don't know. A very fun time, such a good time. Nah, I think it's like, it's super high energy. Like I play a lot of the like high energy songs, and even if they're not that high energy, we make them high energy. Like a lot of jumping around. But yeah, I think just like I used to be in a lot of bands and stuff when I was younger, and like a lot of them were a lot slower paced. So I'm just keen to make every show these days like fun. It's got to be like punk stuff. A lot of like old throwback pop punk. Pierce the Veil. I'm going to say Pierce the Veil. Pierce the Veil. I think I don't know why, because I don't think my music is like this at all, but probably one of Balance and Composure's albums. I don't know why, but I love those albums and I listen to them all the fucking time. Forrest Gump. Honestly, there's not much going on up there. I'm kind of just like, I feed off the energy of the crowd a little bit, so I'm like looking at people's faces and like as much as people are judging me, I'm judging the crowd. So that's probably what I'm thinking of. Miley, Be Yourself. Skater Boy or Shannon Knoll. What's the song called? What About Me? Yeah, that's the one. I used to sing that on SingStar so much. I think it was Short Stack. Bring Me the Horizon. A Spice Girl, for sure. Emo Spice. Probably Shannon Knoll. Or Hanson. Or, I don't know, I've never actually been karaoke. I think a lot of them have got to be a big sound, because just so many of them were so hectic and so funny, because the changeovers are so quick and like the people in the crowds are so varied and different, and like sometimes they're just not meant to be in that crowd kind of thing, so it makes it a very funny experience. I think like it'd be really cool to go back to my hometown in Adelaide and play like Thebarton Theatre. I saw so many cool shows there. For me personally, in the music industry world that I want to be involved with and that I kind of am, I think it's got to be like Charlie XCX and or like Blink. I don't really have any advice, because hopefully by then I would be smarter and I would know better than I do right now. Probably when I was in like my church band when I was like super young and I was like playing in front of people and like, I don't know, it was a good energy.